guys, this is test one. Well, no, not test one. This is actually like test 552. No, just kidding. But I've tried a bunch of times. We got Kayla here, being the nosy person that she is. No, she's actually behind the scenes trying to help me out, set everything up here at home in my little home studio. Obviously, we're just trying with the new audio that I got a couple of days ago, and I finally got the proper wiring harnessed or wiring kit in order for us to get better audio for you guys. Same thing for the lighting. I am waiting on another stand to get a little better light, obviously, even though I think it's okay for now. Well, the first thing that I want to talk about is great news, guys. This is for the unemployment people that are having a lot of issues with the unemployment, filing online, what's happening, why is it still in process, why you haven't gotten any money. I keep calling, it's hanging up on me, that nobody's answering. I'm faxing, I'm emailing, and there's no answer. Well, guys, I'm going to give you some quick steps of things that I've done, that I've tried, and I've helped a lot of people out. Some of my coworkers, some friends in other states, not just here in New Jersey where I reside, where I currently live. I got people in New York. My cousin up in Florida, I helped them out. It's pretty much a couple of things that are self-explanatory, kind of, but not a lot of people are practicing it. And I think that's where the key is. That, a lot of people think, oh, no, people want to do it fast. No. You got to, remember, this is your money. This is our money. So you want to make sure you do it right and you take your time doing it. So that's the most important part. Don't do it. Don't be in a rush. Don't be whatever. Because a lot of people think, oh, unemployment, the office and this and that. Yeah, but if you're not really taking your time to do it properly, you're always going to have these issues. And remember, this is all technical stuff, so digital stuff. You go online, you go on your phone, but you have to take your time. And remember, it literally takes less than 5 minutes, is the way I put it. When I call in my claim, it literally takes me less than 5 minutes. Obviously, I already know what I'm doing, but for some of you guys, I think are having a lot of issues and don't understand why. And any little thing could really take anything off. I'm sure once I show you these tricks or these little guide or that I kind of created, or I came up with all the research I've been doing, and everybody that I've spoken to before, they kind of told me what they do, and then I kind of found a couple of flaws or different ways that they should be doing it. It's worked for me and it's worked for many others. So of course, let's start out with obviously. Let me give you some. The first thing that you got to do is actually, obviously when you lose work, get unemployed. Whatchamacallit, I'm so sorry. The first thing is obviously filing a claim, starting the process. Obviously, the best way to do this nowadays is by going online to your state's government website. You're just going online and filling out your information and to be able to start a claim. That's the number one thing. Before I forget, I want to reiterate that, like they always say, this is a quick disclaimer. Don't mind me if you guys see me looking down. It's just reading up on my notes. I want to make sure I get the most information I can and the proper information, obviously, about everything I'm telling you about. So in the disclaimer is, remember, I don't work for unemployment. I never worked for unemployment. This is just my personal findings and my personal practices. So this is by no means, you know what I mean? This is just pretty much practices, things that I've done and I helped others to do. So this is not a legal form, I guess, if that's how you want to put it. However, the wording is, for all you guys tech savvy and law savvies, this is just my own personal advice to you guys. Just trying to help a bunch of people out because I've seen, social media every day, people putting, why all these issues and all this that. So I'm just trying to help you guys out. So of course, share share the video, share my input on these type of things. Of course, leave in the comments if you're doing something different, if you tried something and it worked, or if you did something totally, that I didn't mention can work or been working for other people that I might just not be, it's not just one way of doing things. But obviously this is my research as into this past couple of weeks when, this situation arose here, with the COVID-19, so many people. So get that out the way. So pretty much how it works. I got some real quick facts, numbers that I got from online. So, of course, these are not my numbers. Did you know, real quick, let's say I'm going to go 5 weeks back, March of 2020, which is the current year, in the week ending the 21st, 3.3 million people applied for unemployment. The following week, that was the 21st, ending March 21st. March 28th, which is the following week, 6.8 million people applied for unemployment. The following week, April 4th, week ending April 4th, 6.6 million people applied for unemployment. April 11th, 5.2 million people applied for unemployment. April 18th, another week, 4.4 million. These are the numbers that are coming in within the 5-week span. So you guys kind of first understand the volume of people that are actually applying for unemployment. And that makes it all the way to 26.5 million people have applied within that span of 5 weeks. You know what that number is? 26.5 million people? That's a whole lot of people for unemployment. These numbers are actually supposed to be going higher because they just added the self-employed and the people that have businesses. They giving them an opportunity to be able to actually file for unemployment. So these are a bunch of million more people that are coming on into the system, obviously, to apply for the unemployment. So those numbers are still coming in, and they're still trying to get a hold of that. So let's continue with that. Now that you have those numbers, that you put those numbers into perspective, before our system, let me see here, before these numbers came in, our system, the unemployment system was set up to handle about 10 million people per day. For example, it could handle 10 million applications per day. So you get an idea, put it into perspective, how many applications come through, or how many applications they can handle, the system can handle. It was about 10 million applicants at a week, in a day. If I'm not mistaken, I'm so sorry. 10 million applicants in a day that they could actually process. Because remember, the process is, once you apply, your claim online, it takes about a week, actually, for your whole claim to go through. But obviously, because of the volume, now it's taking actually a lot longer than just a week for anybody process to go through. And I'm sure you guys are seeing a lot of that of your friends, or maybe yourself. Myself, it did it as well. And on top of that, right now, because of the numbers has risen so far that it's an average of about 150,000 people in order for it to catch up that it has to do per day. The system was able to handle before what we should handle on the normal before, let's say in 2019, the system could handle, it was the way it was kind of set up, it could handle 10,000 applicants per day. Right now, because of the numbers, because what's going on, the amount of people, in order for the system to stay up to date or try to catch up, it should be able to handle up to, right now, with the amount of people that are unemployment, 150,000 people applications per day. So this is why you get the websites crashing. This is why the system's down in the phone. This is why you don't have enough people to call you, obviously. So in the back end, they have, like you've seen lately, in a couple of days before, they've been, the computer system has totally shut down. They has unplugged it. Is because they're actually getting newer systems. They're getting, systems that could handle the volume or try to handle the volume because it's so much. I mean, remember, we never had these type of numbers in unemployment ever. So this is why it makes it so much harder to be able to get, for the system to go through via the website. And then you got to remember, each one of our claims that, when we file a claim, each claim has to be done manually. So it's not like, you should put in the system and the system sends you out the money in a week later. No, there's a lot of people out there that have had 2 jobs, 3 jobs, because remember, it's based on the 18 months before you file that claim. So if there's people out there that had 2 jobs, 3 jobs, or switched jobs a couple of times, so all that, even though we do put all that information in there, all that stuff has to be verified by someone, a person, not a computer, by a person. And this is how they get, your weekly pay and so forth and so on. Obviously, the numbers are handled, via the computer, but somebody personally has to go in case by case, person by person to make sure that everything is done right. And then that's how you get approved. Okay? That's how people get approved. And then from that, now you got to also remember the people that file their claim, they answer something wrong. So therefore, that person's claim now is going to get delayed even more. But of course, nobody says that. Well, that's how come my claim got flagged. We don't hear many of those type of people, you know what I mean? So we also got to be honest to ourselves. Once you file a claim, just keep claiming. If it allows you to claim, I always recommend people the number one thing that seems to work and is easier, I think, and a lot of people that I've talked to, claim your claim weekly by phone, via phone is the first thing. Never liked online. I think online has a lot of more issues than via phone. So do it online, number one. And then from there, the most important part is, this is one of the biggest things to consider. Check this out. When you call, as soon as I call, I use my iPhone. Obviously, you could use whatever phone, but as long as I call, I hit the mute button on my microphone. Because remember, that system is an automated system. So therefore, you could speak your answer or you could type your answer. So I recommend 100% mute your microphone. Because remember, your TV, I'm sure it's happened to you because it's happened to me in the beginning. And a lot of my friends, when they claim it happened to them in the beginning, where you're trying to use the automated system, but the TV's running in the background. You have a dog barking in the other room. You have your kids running around. Any little noise sets off the automated system in your phone. That's how sensitive it is. So that's why it's important as soon as I dial the number and it's ringing, I hit my microphone off. So I mute the microphone. So there's no sound going into my phone or my headphones if I'm wearing my headphones. I could just listen in carefully. When the questions start coming in, when it asks you, are you ready and available to start work? Once it says 1 for yes, 2 for no, boom, that's when you answer. That's when you hit 1. Don't hit it right away when the system says, are you ready and able to start work? Boom, just hit 1. No, you have to wait for the automated system to run its course. So that way when you hit the 1, you're not going to have any issues. Obviously when it comes through. So you hit 1, boom, and then that's when it goes to the next question. Once the next question comes, are you ready and willing to go to work? You haven't declined any work, for example. Then again, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Boom. That's when you answer 1. Or everybody needs to answer their own way that it pertains to you. But wait for the whole question. Wait for it to say, press 1 for yes, 2 for no. Then you answer by pressing the button. Remember, keep the mute button on at all times. And obviously, once it gets to the end, that's when it tells you, okay, you certify that your answers are true. And then obviously you answer all the questions that pertain to you the right way. And then it's going to tell you, okay, you should be receiving the payment of X amount, whatever your payment is. And it'll tell you how much you have left over. And then I just I write it out. I wait, and the system itself hangs up. And then, boom, you're done. But see, there's a lot of people that I talk to because I tell them, I ask them. Trust me, I ask them, tell me exactly what you do for each question and how you handle it. And a lot of people, once the question is done, boom, they answer real quick. And that makes the system, remember, this is all digital. And this is all from the old school ways. So this is, this system, as you can see now, most of the states are adding more equipment, are adding newer stuff. So it could be a lot better. But again, this is the things that have helped me and friends along, and people that I don't even know, because in all these Facebook groups, people are asking questions and they don't even know. Eventually, I'm sorry to say, yes, a lot of people have not gotten any money, because I know a couple of people that haven't gotten any money from today. Today's, you see the video when I put it up today. They're still waiting, but guess what? If the system allows you to claim, keep claiming, because once they catch up to all the calls and all the emails and all the claims, you will get all your money in a lump sum. Or in the lump sum, whatever it is, your money you're missing. The same thing goes for the people that sometimes, I have a couple of friends that they send you out a couple of, let's say they paid you for 2 weeks, but they owe you a week, or they owe you 2 weeks. Guess what? When the system catches up to all the, at least you're getting something. Again, when the system catches up, you'll be able to call them back and tell them, hey, this is when I started my claim, and I'm missing a week, I'm missing 2 weeks, I'm missing this payment, this payment. Trust me, it's our money. They're gonna get it to us when you pay, when your money's due. So don't, don't. I know it's hard times. I know our families. We all have families. I have kids. I have family. So it's just like, and it's a tough time. But for those of you, us, that are getting a little bit of money, I'm thankful. I am missing some money from the back end, but guess what? At least I'm getting something right now. Eventually, when the system comes back up, I'll call them up and let them know, clear everything up. That way, one of the other things is also they're giving out the days. So within 2-3 days that they spread out all the four. You got to call in with a window span of 2 hours for you to claim your weekly claim by phone. So within those 2 hours, that's when you should try to make your phone call, because remember, you have 150 million people trying to call in. So that's why they went into 3 days, 4 days to spread to give everybody by your four last of your social, so that way they don't get that many calls at any given time. Because it's not the same you're getting 10,000 calls within the same half an hour for the automated system than for you to get 150,000 calls within that same hour. Because imagine if all of us try to call at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's not the same having 500 people than having 10,000 people call it at the same 8 o'clock. The system, the automated system, could only handle so many calls at the same time. So keep that in mind. This is why you got to try to stick to that. Obviously, if you miss your 2 hours, your 2 hour window, well, you can still call it in, but just remember, try it again. Mute that microphone and go slowly, question by question, question by question. That way, you can put on your answers as your individual person, as it fits you. That way you could get your money. So keep that in mind. Let me look over my notes again. And I want to remind you that as part of all of this going on, again, your money's going to come. Hopefully you're getting something. Pass this video forward to somebody might need to hear these little things. And again, remember, emailing them 50 times a day or faxing them. Remember, one thing about the fax, because a lot of people say, oh, fax, this and this and that. Remember, nowadays, for those of you that don't know, but there's a lot of people actually that know, nowadays, when you get a fax, like you fax something into anybody, to a company or something like that, remember, these faxes go right into your email because it's all digital. So it's all pretty much the same process as you sending an email. So it's not like it's going to be faster or another form, but it's either email or phone. Right now, actually, we know the phones are down. Use the phone. If you could claim via phone. If you need to send them an email, okay, so send them an email. But remember, that way, just to touch base. And obviously, once they get, to your case, they will call you. They will get in touch with you because they do have all our phone numbers. Obviously, it's already on there. But if you email them that. And trust me, just unfortunately, we all have to write it out. And it's a waiting game. Once they catch up, hopefully, everybody's going to be fine and we're going to get through this. Remember, if you have any questions about anything or any case in particular, put it right there in the comments. I'm going to try to get to everybody because I got a lot of people texting me, emailing me, asking me questions to help them out and this and that. We just got to be a little bit more patient than normal. I know it's hard. There's a lot of help out there. So also later on, if you guys need any type of help. My name is Edward. Please support the channel. Just like and share the video. Maybe somebody, if it doesn't help you, maybe it could definitely help somebody else. We're recording. We're live.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. This is what it is. I'm gonna do. This is test 1. Getting ready. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. This is gotta set the color. This is to set the color. Put this on real quick.
It's the same.
It's not. Watch. Move your hand. Look at my face. On the right side of my face. Can't see that. See it?
Oh, yeah.
Watch it. What does it say? Does you see a little bit there? Or wait. Does it show? I wanted to show just a little bit. Is it good a little bit? Okay there? More? Just a little bit. I don't want it a lot. Okay. Just a lot makes it different. So we'll set this up. You gotta put this so you could set the color up. The sound looks good. Let me see. Hold on. One thing is I gotta make sure. Wait a second. Oh no, I think I gotta stop it. It's okay. Right. I think there's, where's that? Let me take this off before I forget. Kind of blind. Let me put this back. Where's my notes? I gotta remember. All right, folks. This is test one. How does it look over there? You can move the screen that way. Look. Grab the screen. Look. Move it. Look. Mírame. Look at me. Move it. Move the screen like back to the back of the camera. Wait. Just the screen. Wait. Hold the camera because it's actually trying to hold it like that so you can see it good. Okay, right there, so you can see it. But now I want it to be in frame. Look, I want this to be in frame right here. So because remember the body just moved over here, baby. Do you need to move it like a little bit more this way? No, wait, not all of that. Remember, I just want it to be like here, and then you can see this picture over here, right? Huh? Is it all in frame? Remember how I told you? Meaning it's showing more this way? It's cutting it off, cutting the picture? Okay, so is the whole picture showing? Okay, so that's all you need. Now turn it, try to, wait, hold on. Don't move it tomorrow. Grab here, and then fold the screen back this way. Just push it this way, just to see. Perfect. I think that's a good. There. Okay, so actually it looks good. I'm gonna do a video on the unemployment to see because a lot of people are having issues with unemployment. So I want to try to do that. Wait, because this is causing a shadow. What is that? I think that thing. No, okay, that's just the thing for the volume. See, eventually I want you to learn so you can see more or less. Because you see, for example, I'll teach you now. You see in the video how I have like a foot from here, right? And then how more or less, in this case, because I'm talking to the camera, I'm actually, right straight. Don't touch that because remember, be careful. Don't I mean, you can touch it, but just don't move it. Obviously the camera is straight. Therefore, you know what I mean? And then the volume is actually, you see how it goes right up to the middle? I mean, like in a little bit touches. You don't want it to go, pa, pa. You see how it goes all the way to the end? You don't want that because that's what causes bad things, on the audio. So you don't want it to go. If you see it's way too loud, that means it's too hot. People call it. So then that way you have to lower the volume. Maybe inside the camera, lower it so it could be a little bit better. I already told you about the color checker. You put it in there. Because you want to make sure that the blacks are black and the white is white. So that's how you color check it. I'll show you that later on. Because it's the same thing for photography that I do for photos.